best. He did land funny, but I think it was probably an incomplete pass in the end zone going opposite our tunnel during the Cincinnati game.
Was that the interference call? That play?
No, it was going the opposite end. Yeah.
With McKee, he's somebody where, or how to, is it good to have him back? He's somebody that, maybe would get shut down in another situation, a veteran. You're playing these last 3 games without the playoffs. What's it say about him that he wants to be back out there and that he actually is?
Well, it says a lot about him, his football character, kind of what he means. His teammates mean to him. So we're going to, look at him, evaluate him this week, and, we'll see where that takes us. But it's good to have him back.
John, earlier season before he got hurt, was Eddie Goldman kind of the player you guys thought he'd be even last year before the injury?
Oh yeah. I think the combination of Eddie Hakeem inside there, Mitch Unrein before he went on IR. Now Bullard and getting Roy back. In that role. John Jenkins had some play time this past game, but those 2 guys are a pretty big impact inside. I know our opponents look both of them outweigh Eddie included.
What makes Eddie so unique?
Well, he's really strong. He's very thick inside as far as the run game. We've been pretty steady, in run defense, at least over the last couple of years. More so this year with Eddie in there. I think he's a big part of that improvement.
Devin Hester announced that he's going to retire.
Right.
How difficult was he to bring in?
Yeah, I think he's up there in the elite for sure. I had the opportunity to coach Rod Woodson. He had a lot of touchdowns, not being an offensive player, competing in the same division for, a long time against Deion Sanders, kind of the same type. Devin was a guy that, I know he got thrown in at different positions. You try to get him on the football field, but, I think it's like 20 touchdowns being, not on offense. It's pretty impressive. Those other 2 guys I mentioned are Hall of Famers. How it's viewed moving forward, I know my thoughts are that's pretty special. To not have a, quote, offensive or defensive position and, in the return game, the kind of production he had was very, very difficult. He changed games.
Does he belong in the Hall of Fame?
Well, in my opinion, I don't get a vote, so but I definitely think so because he was, it took forever for Ray Guy to get in, and I always thought he was very special, as a punter. But
Coach, can you kind of speak to how having a guy like that can?
There's 3 phases in a game, and you do this long enough. The special teams phase, 4th down, whatever moniker you want to put on it, has impacted plenty of games in football over history. So, that's a definite phase that makes the difference in wins and losses. So when you can have a guy that's, that dangerous of a weapon and can change field position or change the score in an instant, obviously that's a huge impact on the game.
Is it curious to you that, given the importance of special teams in the game, that there aren't that many special teamers in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I think, I get asked that a lot. I've, messed around even with coaches. There's not many, quote, special team guys that are head coaches, which is kind of bizarre to me. Even John Harbaugh, who I've known for many years, he actually went to defense right prior to getting the head coaching job. But it's hard to change that. Like I mentioned, Ray Guy. I was actually at his, at the induction when he was inducted. He was probably as special a punter as there was in the history of the game, and it took him for a long time to get in.
It's only going to be about a month since you last played the Lions. What differences or similarities will it be between both of you?
Yeah, I think, they're definitely, still moving the ball, still scoring points. They got an outstanding quarterback. They got outstanding skill people. Their defense, I think, had 5 takeaways last week against Tampa Bay. So they were very opportunistic in our preparation last time. The major difference is going to be, it's at their place and not our place. So, it was a hard-fought game the last time we met, and I'm sure it'll be the same way Saturday. Thank you.
Golly. That hair is strong. You look a lot younger, too. That's real. You guys thought it, too. No one said it, though. Than last week. Obviously, it's much more enjoyable talking to you guys after a win. Really proud of the way the guys executed. The offensive line starts with those guys up front. Did a really good job in the run game, pass protection. Backs ran hard. Kendall Wright had a big day. And then I think everyone saw the growth and the big step forward that Mitchell took in that game. Really good on third down. Was aggressive early in the game, and he did a really good job handling it all.
Now, this will be Mitch's first time facing an opponent for the second time in the season. What can be gained from studying an opponent that you had previously faced going into this game?
Just the fact that there's a record of how that defense coordinator played you for the first time, and you guys have heard it. We've talked about it, you and I know Mitchell's mentioned it to you guys before. We get a lot of different coverages first time playing a rookie quarterback, and with our run game, people trying to stop those things. And so now for the first time, he's going to get to see a defense coordinator twice, and he's going to obviously be able to study how they played him last week or the last time.
Is there an advantage to him basically adjusting to what they showed him, because other defenses had basically adjusted to him before even playing him?
Well, they'll do something different. There'll be something that they'll have another pitch. TA and those guys do a really good job, and we'll just go off what they've shown and be ready to make adjustments. Cincinnati did the same thing.
What was the difference for your line? Been consistent a little bit in the last month or so.
I think those guys just getting a chance to play together a little bit. They executed at a really high level versus a really good front. And I don't know. Maybe it's preparation. Maybe we had a really good day, 2 or 3 days of practice last week, but really, really good Wednesday and Thursday. And I think it carried into the game.
Donald, you've talked the last couple of weeks about Mitch on third down. What goes into being good at that? And do those traits translate to other things maybe that he might become in the future?
I think that's where the quarterbacks make their money. That's when they know you're throwing. We know we're going to throw, and he's got to go back there and read coverage, and it all starts with making protection checks, and he did a really good job in the game. Had a couple adjustments he made at the line of scrimmage that were really good. They got us a couple times with some blitzes, 2 of them, matter of fact, that he got the ball out before they got home, and it's his preparation, understanding if we're going to be hot, where to go with the football, and it happened twice, and that's just a sign of growth, of understanding how all 11 people are affected by pressures and where your hots are and doing those things, and it's just another step that he's taking on a road game versus a really good defense and a tough third down package.
Let's go back to facing the Lions for a second time. Other than like defensive quarterback, but facing some of those players for the second time and seeing what they do. Well, how much, when you have experience in knowing what they do, how beneficial can that be?
Well, the NFL is a game of matchups. It's a player-driven league. As Mitchell sees more opponents and more people, like he's going to start to get a feel for each corner, for each safety, for each linebacker, as the zone read stuff grows, how each defensive end plays it. So as much as you can accumulate reps, it's a huge thing for any young quarterback.
What stands out to you about Q's table and the way they kind of moved him around and 30
Yeah.
in the Lions defense and the way they used him?
I think they do a really good job using all their personnel. He's obviously a good player, and he fits their scheme well. Their scheme's very multiple, so they're able to get people in different spots.
What about with Slay? He's obviously having a really solid.
Really good cover corner. It has the ability to line up and press and play off, and a really aggressive player.
What stood out to you about Jordan Howard's day against Cincy?
Thought that obviously it started with the offensive line. Those guys did a really good job, and there was a second one that we didn't convert on down the red area, and Jordan came right over the sideline and goes, I got to get that. And from there on, I just saw a little bit different edge in his finish. I think he took a little personal responsibility, and it was a little disappointing on that second one that he didn't get the first for us. And then the next play, we threw the roll pass to Adam in the end zone, and I think we had to settle for 3 right there, and took a little bit of personal responsibility, accountability. Like, I'm gonna turn it up a notch right here.
Looked like Adam was maybe more successful in the run game this week. What went into that level of success that he had?
I think it's experience. I think it's him being able to go out and do it. He did play better in the run game. That's the area of his game, and we knew that would be the toughest challenge for him is, making the adjustment from Ashland to the NFL. And it's preparation, going back, having a good Wednesday, good Thursday, and he understood what was going on. And as their pieces moved, like he processed a little bit faster than he did the week before and took a step that way.
Somebody after the game was asked if you guys were more aggressive on Sunday. He said yes. Is part of that, is the trust growing? I mean, each week, is that part of that?
Not only the trust in him, but the trust in the other 10 guys. It's fine getting to the point where you saw the chemistry between he and Kendall, kind of take it to another level there. And just he's played with each one of these receivers now for a couple of weeks. And, I think we are more aggressive in the game, and that was our plan going into it. And I don't know if it was anything more than just trusting those guys and their preparation, and we're ready maybe to take the next step that way.
How would you assess Jordan Howard's season and kind of the strides he's made since last year?
I think he's in much better shape. He's able to, consistently do it. I know his numbers are getting up there. He's at the top of the league, and I know there's not I don't know this for a fact, but he should have scored. We got to teach him where the white lines are. He's such a good player, but steps out there. But he was patient. He stretched that thing and hit another one later in the game down our sideline. It was an 18-yard run or so. He did a really good job with that. And then, at the end of the game, he peeled out and reversed a little bit on that and lost a couple of yards there. But it's just a process of going through that with him and getting him to understand those tracks and how each block is set up. And I think that's one of Jordan's strengths is he has really good vision and patience. And I think he's now a true outside zone runner. And that's a big reason why we went to that scheme to fit our offensive line personnel, but also to match Jordan's.
What has Kendall done to be a reliable target for Mitch?
It just played. Kendall's such a smart, savvy player. Obviously, it helps a couple of guys on the staff have experience with him. I was in Tennessee when we drafted him, and I'm a huge fan of his. And just the choice routes, the things that he's able to do. But it's also the big thing for Kendall's going to win when you give him options. But it's also Mitchell understanding based on coverage where the window is going to be. Is it a first window throw? Is it a second window throw? Is it quarter? So is it going to be an outbreaker, or is he going to sit it down? And those things, those are things that we just have to work through with these guys. And Kendall's a very reliable, savvy player.
For you as a play caller and as quarterback, I don't know if rewarding is the right word for you, but that type of performance, especially Mitch, just the way you felt after that game.
I was proud of him. I think he played really well the week before. I think he was 12 of 15. I think there were 2 drops in the throwaway. He just keeps stacking up good games and better and better. And 12 of 15, you can't judge. He had 15 passes. He can't control that. But to go in, start to finish, and play well, and even when it was 12-7, and it was okay. Hey, guys, this is the time of the game where they go down, they score, and we don't keep stacking good plays together, one play at a time. They go and score, and you're down 14-12, and all of a sudden you lose a little bit of momentum that you had. And he was able to stack together some long drives and play consistent. And even when we got into some some tough spots, he bailed us out a little bit in the 2-minute drill. We threw the Hail Mary, but most of the time, we're dealing with a new kicker. The 32-yard line's a 50-yard field goal. We're trying that. That's a plus for us. Hey, we said let's get to the 32-yard line and give ourselves a chance. We decided to throw a Hail Mary because of the kicking situation. But those are small things that we don't really talk about that are a big part of the game. We're just managing the cadence. Got a couple of false starts again, and he's done a great job. Knock on wood, not turning the football over and being smart.
I know the Bengals are missing a few. Did you feel like Mitch was close to performance like that? Did you maybe foresee something like this coming, the Bengals game?
I thought he played really well against San Francisco. I really did. I was extremely happy with the way he played. I wish we'd got more than 37 plays, but I don't think it's relative to what starters Cincinnati didn't have, because the corner's down and starting a first rounder. And 57's a good player too. And the front's really good. And, I just think that everyone around him played really well. I think Mitchell's put together every start he's played in has gotten better. I anticipate him to continue to do that.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Locker room's open for those.
it going, guys?
Mitch, on the touchdown pass to Adam, can you take us through what you're seeing there, what you're reading, and what you need to trust to throw it to a spot where he can do that?
Yeah, just a play action to the right side. My read's the flat to the corner, a little low-high read, and just try to make it as quick as possible. And the more decisive you are, the better off you're going to be. So the guy flew out to the flat, put it over top, and Adam made a great catch, and O-line did a great job with protection up front.
What do you have to make sure that ball is for him with what?
Us or nobody.
The 4th and 3 conversion, it looked like he was maybe your third progression on that. Was that what you saw on that play?
Yeah. You know that play? Take me through it, man. Yeah, he's about 1, 2, or 3. Just took what the defense gave us. So just trust my read, going through the progression. Again, O-line did a great job up front, giving me time, so I'm able to work through my progression. Just quiet feet in the backfield, and Adam ran a great route. Just put the ball on him, so we can convert. So that was a big drive for us.
Yeah. Were you a little surprised that you guys went for it on that 4th and 3? It looked like you were running off the field for a second, and then there was some confusion, and they called timeout. And it shows some confidence in the coaching staff to let you go for it.
I was excited, so I wanted to be out there for the 4th down. I thought we could get it, and we did. So I was running off because that's usually what you do. And then Dow told me in my headset we're going for it, so just got everyone back up and ran the play.
After watching tape of the game, what's the one area that you feel that the offense really improved on in the Bengals game versus like the previous couple weeks?
I think just being consistent, coming fast off the ball. O-line did a great job establishing the run game, and then just finding those explosive plays in the pass game, stretching them east and west, and then just converting on 3rd down. So I think that's what allowed us to be consistent. And everyone just did their job. They executed, and when the ball came their way, receivers made plays, running backs ran hard, and O-line controlled the line of scrimmage in the pass game and the run game.
Mitch, why do you think you guys have been so good, or you personally have been so good on 3rd down?
Just emphasizing it, just working really hard at it during the week, studying 3rd down really hard, and just knowing the 3rd down game plan. And when it comes down to 3rd down in the game, it comes down to execution. So whoever executes on 3rd down is usually going to get it right. And again, it goes back to great protection by the O-line. All starts in the huddle with communication, and then communication at the line of scrimmage, and getting everything set so we get everyone picked up, and then the receivers just making plays, getting open, and me putting the ball in the right spot. So just focus on that during the week, carries over to the game on Sunday.
You haven't thrown an interception on 3rd down.
Why would you jinx me? Come on, dude. Come on, dude. That's not cool.
What's the balance?
Don't talk about it.
What's the balance?
Put him in a timeout.
You're facing a team.
The best way to not do it is not talk about it. Just working hard on 3rd down, trusting my guys, and again being aggressive within the time of the play, and trusting my reads, and just continue to use my accuracy and use good footwork is just what's going to allow us to stay good on 3rd down, and taking care of the football is always #1 priority. So we're just going to continue to focus on that. You better hope. Oh my gosh.
Facing the team you've seen before, how's that going to help you out this week?
Yeah, it'll be good because we got a lot of film on them, especially from the matchup we played them in. So it's going to be and preparation is very important this week. Just getting a good tell on them, what they've been running. So really, 1st, 2nd down, and 3rd down is going to be crucial. Just we want to stay on the field, again, convert 3rd downs, and come away with more points. Last time we had a couple times the penalties got us, and that one turnover. So we're just going to take care of the football and play our game, and hopefully we could take all the positives we did from last game and carry them over to this game coming up.
What did you like about your performance the first time the game going?
Just took care of the football, was aggressive within time of play, and foul completions. So again, just want to do those things, be good on 3rd down, and really just lead the offense down the field. But we want to come away with more points and just stay ahead.
Mitch, there's a 3rd down completion at Kendall. I think it's pretty early in the 4th quarter on Sunday where there's a corner blitz coming off the blind side, and you kind of rolled right. Is that a design rollout, or is that something you just felt vision-wise?
I just felt that. So we made a protection change in the middle of the game because they were kind of picking up on when we were changing protection. So we left it, and they just got us there. So it was a good call on their part. But, yeah, I just felt it, turned it into kind of a rollout because I knew my receivers were breaking out on that side, And yeah, I knew I was hot, free one guy, and Kendall made a great grab, so we were able to convert, and that's just the types of things you need to do on third down.
What allowed you to feel that? Is it peripheral vision, or you just had a sense of what's coming?
I mean, I saw him running at me. I knew nobody was going to block him, so I didn't want to stand there and take a shot, so just roll out, get a completion.
Mitch, coaches have talked about. Go ahead, Chris.
Do you feel you have a better connection with your receivers now than you did, say, a few weeks ago? And if so, what's led to that?
For sure. Spending a lot of time with them, just getting better each week. I mean, the more you can throw with a person and your teammates, the better you're going to get. You're just going to build that chemistry, and we really just gotten on the same page, able to trust each other, and the more routes you run, the better the timing is and all that stuff. So I feel really confident in that group, and we just need to continue to get better each day.
Mitch, coaches have talked about you getting better every time you play. Do you feel, though, like last week you took a bigger step than you had in some other games? And in what areas?
I just feel like I'm getting better each week. I don't know about specific areas, but all I'm worried about is winning and getting better each day. So I think it all starts with leadership and coming into the building, working hard, making sure I'm preparing the right way, walking around the building with a positive mindset, picking up the guys, making sure everyone's locked in at practice, and then doing my job. Great communication in the huddle at the line of scrimmage, doing my footwork, putting the ball in the right spot, and just doing the little things on a daily basis. And I think that's what's allowed me to get better, and then it's carried over to Sundays. So it's not just me. I think we're just getting better as a group and really gelling together, and the chemistry is building, and hopefully that allows us to get better each week. But the number one priority is winning, so that's all I'm focused on.
This will be your 10th start. What are you proudest of, and where the growth has come since early October?
Just feel like I'm getting better each week. The preparation has been consistent. I know what I need to do week in and week out. I'm proud of where we've come as a team, and you can look at the wins and losses, but I think there's different growth as far as chemistry and just the positive vibe around the building and how we feel, how the attitude is in the locker room going forward. So I feel confident about that. And, yeah, that's probably what I feel best about, just where this team's at, where our mindset's at. And even though our win-loss record isn't where we want it to be, we're just trying to finish out strong. And it starts every day in practice and starts this Saturday against Detroit.
What did it mean to Zach around the building yesterday?
Oh yeah, it means a lot. It's awesome to see Zach. I mean, he texts me almost every day, checking up on me, and I need to be checking in on him. So I think that just tells you what kind of person he is. He's still worried about this team. He wants to continue to see me develop and go out there. And every time I go out there, I know it's a reflection of my teammates and Zach. So I'm trying to put on a show for him and just continue to make him proud, and for him to be in the building. He's just he's a positive guy. You want to be around him, especially the situation he's going through, a bad situation, but he's making the most out of it, and he's still got a smile on his face. And he's an incredible person. Can't say enough about Zach and what he's meant to this team, and how he continues to check up on us and myself. So he's awesome.
All right, thanks.